All right, so we're recording now. Does anybody need any help with the syllabus or calendar? Okay, I have also loaded up D2L because one question I am running into is people having trouble finding stuff in the D2L. I've loaded that up. I could get there and try to walk you through whatever you're having trouble loading. Anybody have a question with that? Okay, I've also loaded up WebAssign. And I should be able to get to that screen, share it, and walk you through where to get to the assignments in WebAssign. Anybody confused by what we're doing in WebAssign and want to see how to get to the assignments?
I can see the assignments on there, but it says that like the code that you gave us is gonna run out like on the 30th or something like that.
Yes, everyone gets a free introductory 2-week code. So whatever date they gave you, 30th or 31st, that's when the 14-day free trial ends.
Okay, for dual enrollment, they told us that it should we should be able to access that online for the whole semester.
Well, yeah, you had to go pick up your books. Like you have to go to the thing and they'll give you another code to put in.
Okay.
Okay, that's how that works. Yeah, being the big shot professor here, I never buy any books or anything, so I really don't know what system they've set up for that. But yeah, I believe you're right. Dual enrollment doesn't pay. That really helped with my daughter last year. Anybody want to see anything in WebAssign? Anybody want to see any problem worked in WebAssign? I should be able to get to the problems in WebAssign.
So I was just confused about what exactly is assigned. I mean, like for this week and what the due dates are for certain things. I know you had like a WebAssign assignment, what problems we were supposed to do and how we were supposed to submit it on a Google form. But I was just confused on like the timing of everything and where exactly I was supposed to go. Because it says section 4.1 and 4.2 WebAssign assignment. But down here it says 1.1 and 1.2 and then these problems. So I'm just kind of confused on kind of when things are due and what exactly we're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I understand. It sounds like, yeah, that's the hardest thing driving me nuts about this online stuff is getting, apparently I set some up for one class, then I try to use it for the other, and I try to make all the changes. The 4.1 and 4.2 is pre-calc. So we're in 1111, we're in 1.1 and 1.2. If you go on and take pre-calc, you would do 4.1 and 4.2, next semester. Actually going to do it this semester and you're going to repeat it in pre-calc. So I will look through that, and if I can find where it says 4.1 and 4.2 in this class, I'm going to try to delete it again. So yeah, thanks for pointing that out to me. As a general rule, I'm going to make the WebAssign assignments available on Monday, first of the week. You'll have all week to work on them, and the due date is the following Sunday at midnight. Now there is go ahead.
Sorry, I was just making sure. So you said the quiz for like 1.1 and 1.2, is that going to be available this Monday and then we have until Sunday to take it? Or
yeah, the quiz for 1.1 and 1.2 is going to be uploaded as soon as I finish the Zoom session.
Okay.
I'll send out an email notice when I have uploaded it to let you know it's there. We're going to have that due Sunday night as well. It's going to have
Sunday night?
Sunday night. This coming Sunday night.
Okay, so like the 23rd?
Yes, that sounds right. There is no late penalty. I sign a due date so that when I start collecting grades, if we are past the due date, I can assign a 0 to anyone who hasn't turned it in. But if you then go on and turn it in, even if it's next Monday or Tuesday, I will give you full credit with no late penalty. This is too complicated to keep track of late grades. I've never done it, and I don't do it. And by the way, you do get multiple submissions on this quiz. We're still at the phase where if you don't like your grade, you can resubmit it.
I have a question as well.
Okay?
So for the WebAssign assignments, it says go to WebAssign, click personal study plan, then click equations and graphs, then the coordinate plane, and click on the practice quiz.
Right.
And then for the assignment, it says section 1.1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1.2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
Are those on the practice quiz that we submit to the Google form?
Yes, that the exact questions are not, but the questions on the Google form are numbered. No, actually, okay. Maybe I should go ahead and see if I can get to the WebAssign form. Let me see if I can get to the WebAssign form. Yeah, one of these tabs here, right there. Oh, it's right there. How did I get that menu off? Get to it. There we are. Okay, here is the web. Can you all see this? I've loaded up Personal Study Plan 1.1, the coordinate plane. Can you all see this?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't have the exact problems, you just read them off, that I put in D2L. But when I put in section 1.1, problem 1, then this is the problem. You put the answers for reading the coordinates, you enter them here. You go down to the bottom of the page and the submit button's at the bottom. Submit all questions. You can submit them one at a time. It'll tell you whether you're right or wrong. If you're right, great, you can go on the next one. If you're wrong, you can redo it if you want, many times you want. All right, so you can use this to tell if you're right or wrong, but don't submit the grade that they're telling you off of this in case I skipped anything. In fact, I did skip these little word problems at the bottom. If you notice, I did not put these on the assignment. So what I want you to report, let's see if I can find that grade report. So you do what, 1, 2, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I think?
Yeah, the first one is 1 through 5, and then the second one is 1 through 7.
Okay, so you can read your grade. WebAssign will tell you whether you're right or wrong on the problem. And then you can mark, hey, I got 1 and 5 right, 1 right, 2 right, 3 right, 4 right, 5 right, etc. Okay, so 1 to 5 and 1 to 7, that sounds like I put 12 problems. Again, I don't have it, exactly in front of me right now, but it sounds like I put 12 total problems.
Yeah, I had a question though, because on mine it's showing when I go to the place that you are, the whole like personal study plan, it
Yeah.
only has the chapters. So it says equations and graphs, and then click on the chapter quiz.
Let me see if I can back out and get to where you're talking about.
Like, okay, so they have the practice quizzes if you press on it, and then there's the chapter quiz. Are we just supposed to do the practice quizzes?
Only the practice quizzes.
And then when is the chapter quiz?
I'm not going to assign the chapter quiz.
Are those never going to be assigned, just the practice quizzes?
Don't plan to assign the chapter quiz.
Okay.
If you want to do them for your practice, help yourself. But no, I do only going to assign the individual practice quizzes. Have you got the screen for chapter 1 on, so you can see the individual sections?
Yeah.
I believe if you look at the calendar, we do 1-1 and 1-2 this week. I believe 1-4 and 1-6 next week.
So we're
not
skipping 1-3.
Yep. Skipping 1-3, skipping 1-5.
Okay.
And I believe we do 1-7, 1-8, yeah, and 1-10. That's the 3rd week. But you can let that play out. I'm orally telling you in advance, but you're going to see I'm going to write all this down, in D2L on that left-hand column.
Sir, I had a question about turning assignments in.
Okay.
On the Microsoft, on the Google form page.
Yeah.
Do you want us to put both 1.1, 1.2 grades into?
Yeah, let me get to that Google form. And is this it? No, it seems to make me go back.
Do you wanna-
Okay. Share screen.
Do you want to just go to Google Form?
No, because I don't think it'll let you. I think you got to be inside the meeting.
Yeah, but what you do is
Okay.
go here
Okay.
and Google Form.
No, well, no, go right here. It's under this. Okay, let me re-log in. Okay, it's gonna make me re-log in because forgot about that. All right.
Let me help you. Log in a new window.
All right, it's gonna call me.
So 1.1 is due this Sunday and then 1.2 is due next Sunday, or is 1.1 and 1.2 due this Sunday?
1.1 and 1.2 are due this
Okay.
Sunday. I wanted to call up the Google form and just because he was asking about the grade. Okay, so both college algebras are the same, so I'm just picking one of them. Okay, let me see. We hit content. I assume y'all can see this. Am I right?
They can.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, good. Okay. So module 2, 1.1 and 1.2. So this week. Okay, so let me see if I can find the Google for WebAssign Google form to self-report scores. Okay, so here you've got the whole thing kind of.
The problem that I'm having is I put in one number and then I'll try to put a space in the other number, but the space, it won't let me put a space in between the numbers.
Okay, you should just give me one number. So here's the form. Yeah, let me see if I can call it the form.
So it's just out of 12 in total, right? So
That's correct.
it's not like out of 5 and then out of 7, just out of 12.
That's right. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say here. You enter your email so I can identify you. And then, yeah, there's 12 total problems. If WebAssign tells you you got all 12 right, give me 100. One number. If you got 11 out of 12, you can tell me 11 out of 12, but I'll have to divide it. But if you divide it for me, that's fine too. And you can give me that percent. And again, you keep working on it until you get to 100 if you want to.
Thank you.
So this is the assignment, or is the practice quiz also like an assignment?
Well, they're calling them practice quizzes in WebAssign, and you got one again for each section that I'm combining into 12 total problems. The quiz I'm giving today will have 10 problems.
Okay.
5 from 1.1, 5 from 1.2. It'll be the same format as the syllabus quiz. The problems will be all worked out. Some will be right, some will be wrong, and in effect, you're going to grade me. The Google
Okay, so
form.
basically like the first 5 questions from 1.1 and the 7 from 1.2 are the ones that we submit in as like an assignment for our grade.
Okay, you're not going to submit them. I'm going to have the form available and the problems will be all worked out.
Okay.
The Google form for your answer will be right next to it. And so on the Google form for problem 1, you're going to look at the problem way I worked problem 1, and you're going to tell me, yeah, that's correct, in which case you answer true, or no, I screwed it up, in which case you're going to answer false. At the bottom of
No,
the
I meant like I meant like for the assignment, not for the quiz. Like this is just the assignment, right?
I've assigned practice problems for section 1.1 and 1.2 that I did not take up.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sure thing.
If we
quiz is
get one of
based on
the
the-
problems, if we get one of the problems partially correct, do we mark it as correct or wrong? Some of the practice problems like have several parts.
practice problems, again, for your practice, you can check the answer in the back of the book. I've worded them on the quiz form so that there's only one question asked per problem, and therefore there's one correct answer of true or false.
Okay, thank you.
I know it's really strange the very first time you get this, but the rest of the course, we're going to follow this format. So hopefully this will get really repetitive and you'll really get used to this. I'm not going to switch up things on you. We're going to do these things the same way. I can't have you write out your answers like you ordinarily would in a math class, because there's really no practical way for you to send them to me. You'd have to scan them in and send them to me. Then I got to print it out, write a grade down, scan them in,
Yeah.
send back to you. I got 140 students.
For the ones in WebAssign, they aren't just like the true or false. So you know the questions in WebAssign, how you have to put the answers in, but there's several parts to it.
Right.
So if you get some of them right and some of them wrong, do you mark it as wrong or right?
WebAssign's doing the marking. I imagine if you get some parts wrong, it puts a little X. I think that's what drives you nuts about online. Ordinarily, we'd be in room 182. Everybody beat their own computer. And when you had these kind of questions, I could come to you with your computer, and point out. I believe I remember if you get a part right, it puts a green check by it. And if you get a part wrong, it puts a red X. So you can tell individually which parts are right and wrong. And I'm guessing it marks the whole thing wrong. But what I'm trying to tell you to do is not even pay attention to what grade they give you. When you eventually get the whole thing right, mark the problem right and report it to me.
So can you show us from your screen how to get to those practice quizzes? Because it's not coming up on mine.
Let me try again.
What do you want to do?
I want to get to WebAssign.
Okay, you should have a WebAssign tab. Actually, is this WebAssign?
Yes. No. That's D2L.
Okay, let me look.
It must be hidden. How do you get under there? I'm trying to find the tab for WebAssign to.
Should be all the. All of the Chrome tabs should show up.
I'll do a stop share and let's see if we can find it. Oh, it's under Google. Actually, it was under Google.
Okay. So.
Okay. So back to share screen.
Yeah. Google.
Okay. Google. Oh, I think it's right there in the middle.
Okay, right there in the middle.
Yeah.
Do you want to just Google for
I had
it
a
again?
quick question.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you ever going to be doing lectures through Zoom, like to explain the stuff? Or are we just supposed to go through the book and watch the videos and the lessons that they are and then come to you for questions? Or are you going to be explaining it over Zoom?
I'll be explaining as much as I can over Zoom. I do not plan to do any formal lectures. I tried to do that last spring when we stopped in March. I don't know if any of y'all were around. This is 11/11. I don't know if any of y'all were around last spring when we actually just stopped and did the last month online, when I'd never been online in my life. Right. Can y'all see this WebAssign screen with the man and women on it?
Yes, I can see it.
He assures me y'all can see it. All right, let me do my login. I tried to lecture and make my own videos, and I had to do it for 4 classes, and quite frankly, it drove me absolutely nuts. So I was advised to assign the ebook, let y'all read through that and everything, and then use these Zoom sessions to show up, work problems for you, answer any questions you had. And that's basically what I plan to do. If I need to fill in a gap or something with a little bit of lecture, I guess I'll do it on the fly. Whatever I think I need to do at the moment, but Okay, can y'all read this? I'm in Cengage WebAssign. Can y'all read this? He assures me you can. I'm going down to, actually, can y'all see this? I'm inside WebAssign.
I think you should view it as a student.
Okay, let me open the student view. Okay, I've got to select a course. I'll pick one of the 1111s because they're both the same. Okay, I'm going down to, see, this 0999 is our learning support, and so I'm not supposed to sign that. Y'all, we do that in a co-requisite kind of thing where there's some people whose scores are low enough they have to take the 0999 together with the college algebra. Y'all are above that. So I found my way to personal study plan. And yeah, we're in equations and graphs. And so, yeah, this week we're working on 1-1 and 1-2, and that took so much time and effort, I've totally forgotten what the question was.
You answered it. It's okay. Thank you.
Okay, you sure? Okay.
Yeah, I just had to see how to get there. You're good.
Okay, sounds good. Any other questions about this? We're 20 minutes in, so we got about 10 minutes left. Would anybody like to see any problems worked out of the book?
I might have a question.
Okay.
Can you give us an example or work on a problem that's finding a point on the y-axis equidistant from 2 points?
Oh, yeah. Is it out of the book, or there was one in WebAssign I saw too?
There was one in WebAssign.
Okay, without taking the next 2 minutes to get back. Well, actually, was that section 1-1? Actually, I'm right here. 1-1?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
1-1.
Let's see if I can call that up. Yes. And I'm trying to work my way down to it. I think, was it number 5?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is going to take a while. It's got a lot of algebra in it, and it's an application of the distance formula, but we should be able to get it in.
You're gonna have to stop.
Okay, let me write the problem down while I'm here, and then we're going to have to switch back to the iPhone so you can actually see what I'm doing. So we want to point on the y-axis is WebAssign, section 1-1, problem 5. Problem 5. Okay, I'm not going to write it out, but basically we got 6 and -6.
Do you want to switch?
Yeah, in just a minute.
Okay.
6, -6, and we got 3 and 3. Okay, and we want to point somewhere on the y-axis. Okay, I'm going to switch back to the camera mode. I've got the problem written down. We're switching back to camera mode. Okay, can y'all see the problem?
Yeah, we can see it.
See it. Okay, so I've tried to label, the problem was to find a point. See, on the y-axis, equidistant from 3, 3, and 6, -6. All right, you can see there's got to be some point here, and if you draw lines connecting these, we can call this D1 and D2. There's got to be some point. It'll have a coordinate 0 because it's the x coordinate 0, but y, where D1 will equal D2. So this point on the y-axis, that's the same distance from 3, 3 as it is from 6, negative 6. So what we've got to do is set D1 equal to D2. Now, this is an application, again, of your distance formula. We got to set up two distance formulas. Now, do I need to write out the distance formula? You're used to doing it in x1s and x2s and y1s and y2s. Can you all set up a distance formula between, so this is like x1, y1, and this is like x2, y2. Or you can reverse it. You can do it either way. So distance formula would have a big square root. You got x2 minus x1, so that looks like 0 minus 3 squared, and add y minus 3 squared. I guess we'll pause for station identification. Are we losing anybody? Is anybody out there going, whoosh, what is this gibberish? I'm getting no response.
No, we get it.
Okay, at least one person says. If anybody isn't, let us know. All right, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, except between 0y and 6, negative 6. So the distance formula there, again, would be a big square root. I can go x, if we call this x1 and y1, I can go x2 minus x1, 0 minus 6 squared. Y2 minus y1 would be y minus negative 6 squared. This is going to be a lot longer. We got a lot more steps to go to finish, but it's pretty much steps to algebra. I'm guessing, not sure how long. Ooh, I'm at 27 minutes, so we'll see if we can get finished here a reasonable amount of time. Square both sides. That'll get rid of the big square roots. All right, so that gets rid of the square roots. This is a nice, easy thing. 0 minus 3 is negative 3, and squared is 9, plus y minus 3 squared. On this side, you can call 0 minus negative 6, a negative 6 squared is 36, plus, and the two negatives here make that y plus 6 squared. Pause for station identification. All right, I can go ahead and FOIL. I hope y'all are familiar with foiling. Maybe I should write out all the steps and do the FOIL dance. 9 plus y minus 3 is equal to 36 plus y plus 6, y plus 6. Okay, you just can't go y second and 3 squared and get it right. You've got to multiply by themselves, and then remember it's this times this, this times this. I treat it like multiple rounds of distributive property. So y times both of these, we'll write them down, and negative 3 times both of those, and we'll write it down and then combine the terms. All right, so we're getting 9 plus y squared. I don't have the, actually I have to have the parentheses, but minus 3y. See, that's y times y squared, y times negative 3y, round 1. Now I got negative 3 times y, another negative 3y. Negative 3 times negative 3, a positive 9. Didn't need the parentheses. All right, this side, 36 plus, and same dance. Y times y squared. y times 6, 6y, that's round 1. Round 2, 6 times y, 6y. 6 times 6, 36. Do we need to pause for station identification? Anybody out there going, why did I sign up for this class?
Always.
Always. Okay.
But I think we got it.
Think you got it so far. It's
Yeah.
just now, yeah, a matter of combining I mean, you can play it any way you want. There's a million ways to combine the terms, whatever. I'm just going to stick on each side, getting it down as simple as I can. And then I'm going to move all the pieces from the right to the left. All right, so over here, I've got a y squared. A negative 3y minus 3y is a negative 6y. And 9 plus 9 is 18. And my assistant, I've frozen. I've written that down, and y'all don't see it because I'm frozen. Okay, we'll get it unfroze. Yeah, it's just gone dark. Yeah, we'll have to work out a little bit of these technical difficulties by next time. Okay, here we are. So the y squared's by itself. Like terms have the same letter and same power. No other squares on this side, so that's by itself. Negative 3y minus 3y. I hope you all know all your sign rules. Two signs the same, they add, take the sign of both. It's a negative 6y, y carries along. 9 add 9 is 18. Go to the other side. Again, y squared by itself. 6y add 6y, 12y. 36 add 36, 72. I'm out of room, so let me recopy this so you can see what pieces I'm adding. The next page. So I've got y squared minus 6y add 18. Y squared add 12y add 72. Now I'm just going to move the pieces from the right to the left. Yeah, minus y squared, so that goes away. You might be able to do this quicker. Again, my first time through something like this online, so I'm kind of doing it pretty slow, step by step. You probably could do all the pieces all at once if you wanted to. 12y, negative 18y, add 18 equals 72. All right, since if the y squared had stayed in, you're supposed to recognize factoring patterns. Those kind of equations will come up. Turns out on this one, the y squared's vanished. So now it's a matter of, to solve for this y, move the numbers to the left and eventually divide by negative 18. Minus 18, minus 18. Negative 18y, I'm pretty sure is going to be 54. Should reach your calculator, but let's see, 6, 12 minus 8 is 4, 6, yeah, 54. Divide by negative 18. Cancels, and I think that's going to come up negative 3. I'm pretty sure that goes in evenly. So my answer is the coordinate 0 and negative 3. That's the point equidistant from those first 2 points that were given. I'm getting the mood of the room to put a whole bunch of these on the quizzes. Is that right?
Please don't.
Okay.
Please don't.
I always misread the mood of the room. Dad gum, I can never get it right.
It's okay. We're here to correct you. So
Yes, very
Yeah.
good. Does anybody want to see any of that? I could go back to the other page. Any steps there that just need to see again or want to talk about again? Okay, hearing nothing, we are at about 35 minutes, so this is getting a little long to upload. Does anybody want to say anything or ask anything before we end the meeting?
Hi.
Yes.
I have a question about number 69 for the exercises for finding X and Y intercepts of circles.
What page is that?
Oh, I don't know because it doesn't say on there.
Okay, maybe 1 here. 69.
Yes, I can read you the problem if you want. I have
Okay,
it written.
there's. Oh yeah, go ahead and read it to me.
Okay, it is in parentheses x minus 3 squared plus y squared equals 16.
Okay, this is 69. Sounds like 1, 2.
Yes, it is 1, 2.
1,
It's
2.
it's on the circles.
Yes.
It's not the exercises yet, but it's like when it's like try number
Right.
16.
So that's on page 102.
Okay.
Okay, and you wanted, they're asking what the center and radius of the circle is. Is that your question?
Yes.
Okay. A circle, again, this is where skipping the lecture kind of probably hurts. A circle equation looks like this. Do you need my little 5-minute lecture about where that formula comes from? Or
No,
can't you just-
I know where that comes from. I
Okay.
just keep getting like tripped up with like because it's I mean for this problem it's you're putting down the intercepts so it's like I don't know, you have like I was confused because from what the video was saying, I needed to like add 3, but make sure there's still the minus 3. Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
that's
That
what I hate
think-
about. That's what I hate about being online. You get these different videos, and everybody kind of has a slightly different perspective on it.
Yeah.
You really don't need anything about intercepts. If
Okay.
you just want to answer their question, what's the center and radius? By the way, the center is h and k, and the radius is the square root of the r squared.
Mhm.
So if I will rewrite this equation under it to make it more obvious, we've got x minus 3 squared. And since that's a plane y squared, and I've frozen again, he's going to unfreeze me. Okay, y minus 0, I'll write it y minus 0 squared to make it more obvious, equals the 16. So you can kind of see x minus h, x minus 3, the h is directly 3.
Yeah.
In other words, there's kind of a sign switch. In the equation, circle equation, it always shows negatives, and that's from the distance formula. So when you add a negative on a circle they give you, the h actually comes out a positive number.
Yeah.
On the k here, since that's a straight y squared, the k is directly 0. That gives you the center
Mhm.
as just 3 and 0. The r squared is equal to 16. So when you take the square root, you get a direct radius of 4. And that's all they're really asking for. These are the answers to this one.
Yes. You see, I remember all of this from pre-calc,
Okay.
but the video I think just really confused me. And like what the textbook says.
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing. But I got it now. I remember all this.
All right, sure thing. Yeah, like I said, I've taught this 32 years, but always in a normal classroom. I do think it's better to get it from one guy and, learn how his system of explaining things. But I never dreamed that this COVID situation would get the way it's gone. I never dreamed it would. It's kind of amazing. We're at 40 minutes now, so this is getting longer and longer. Does anybody have anything? Again, look for the practice quiz today. Again, due Sunday night. Does this schedule of Zoom meetings, I'm going to publish this But y'all have any feedback on it? A meeting at 12 and a meeting at 9 every Monday and Thursday is what I'm planning on. Is that acceptable?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. I'll record. I've figured out the recording, so I'm going to record them. So you obviously, and they're going to go over the same kind of material. The only thing that would vary is just who shows up and asks questions, but the questions should be about the same problems in each video, or from the same section. The problems will be from the same sections, even if they're not exactly the same problems. Any last comments or questions before we end the meeting?
Mr. C,
Yes.
I emailed you about like one of the questions.
Okay.
So on the 1.2,
Yeah.
I was entering like the equation, like it makes you like enter the equation given the point, like the center and radius.
Uh-huh.
But like I'm almost positive I entered everything right, but I don't know if there's like a specific way. So I think it counted it wrong.
Now this
So,
is
like-
back to WebAssign, right?
Yes.
Can we get back there? I'll try to work my way back there. Okay. Was that section 1.2?
Yes.
Okay. I think we're in 1.1. Let me get there to 1.2. Okay. Got to open student view. Yeah. That's what I miss being in the regular classroom. I could sit right beside you and show you, what I wanted. We wind up playing a game a lot of times with that darn WebAssign. The game is, let's see if we can make the computer happy today. And sometimes I don't even make the computer happy. Okay, so I'm gonna work my way down to 1.2. I want the personal study plan open. Okay, here we are. No, that's chapter 2. Idiot, my fault. Back to equations and graphs. Okay. Graphs. Let's see. What practice quiz. Okay, which question is it?
It might be like 5 or 6, maybe.
Look down through. I'm at 3. All right, here's 4. Okay, there's 5 is find this equation of a circle that satisfies these given conditions. Center
might be-
-9 and -8, radius is 7. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. Hard to get back to where I could write and show you this. I can't really write on the screen. Maybe I can orally tell you, since your center, go ahead.
I said that's fine.
Okay. You're going to have a parentheses and an x plus 9, close parentheses squared.
Okay.
You see why because your h is -9 in the equation, It'll look like +9, x plus 9.
Yes.
Okay. Then you're going to add another parentheses and you'll have y plus 8 squared.
Okay.
Okay. Equals, since your radius is 7 in the equation, it's going to be 49, 7 squared.
Right.
Let me try to enter that, see what it tells me.
Yeah, see, I did all of that right, but like I even like typed the equation exactly how it should be, and it
Right.
still counted it wrong.
Yeah, let me see. If it does the same thing to me, then we know that they're screwed up. So occasionally, yeah. Now I got doggone it. Your name is covering up. I see where I'm supposed to enter. I don't know how. Thumbnail. Okay. Where's my square?
It's that the thing above the thing. Sorry,
Your functions or operations?
it's where you're at now, but it's
Oh.
the one above the thing with the exclamation mark.
Oh, right. Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so square. There we are.
And then you have to press like the arrow.
An
That way-
arrow, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Okay, so then plus, and it should look like y plus 8. And then find that exponent thing again. And square, then, yeah, the right arrow equals 49. If it does not mark me right, then, oh, no, I'm still up in the exponent, aren't I? Okay, equals 49. All right, I'm gonna go down and submit. If it marks me right and not you, then we know it likes me and it doesn't like you.
Yeah.
Okay, which is as logical as some of these things are. So I'm gonna submit that. And we'll go back, it was problem 5, wasn't it?
Yes.
It marked you wrong. Well, your answer cannot be understood or graded. Screw that. Okay. Well, if anybody watches this video this deep into it, they'll find out. Maybe should we enlighten the other people who didn't show up, or should we be really mean and keep this a secret, that there's a mistake in WebAssign?
We should probably tell them.
Definitely.
That way they don't think that they just got it wrong.
You want to be nice to them. Okay. All right. Let me mark this down. This is section 1-2.
And I'm pretty sure there was like another one where you have to write out an equation where it did the same thing.
Did the same thing. The problem is, if I remember this right, I think WebAssign scrambles the questions. So somebody else getting into 1.2, their number 5 may not look like this, if I remember right. I think it likes to scramble the questions between students. So you don't automatically all get all the identical form.
Yeah.
So I'll just send around a general note that we have found mistakes on entering equations as circles.
Okay, so when we enter like our grade on the Google form, do we just not count those?
No, you can you can go ahead and count it right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely, that's a mistake in their program. I don't know what they're talking about. Okay, anything else before we sign off?
If the WebAssign is gonna count some of them wrong and we can't be really sure without you telling us if they're right or wrong, I mean, that one's obviously right, but like, how should we go about that?
Well, like I say, that's why I'm not having you report to me exactly what WebAssign says, because
Okay.
I'm leaving some things off. Go ahead, if you think it's right, count it right. If you want to double check, you can send me an email and I can check it out for you, or you can hit me during one of these Zoom sessions.
Are
Okay,
you
sounds
gonna?
good.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Are you gonna check our WebAssign and make sure that we did the assignments?
No.
No. Okay.
It's like I say, I got 140. I got 140 students.
Mhm.
It would drive me nuts. So it's 20% of your grade. And so I'm going to let you self-report what you think it is. Yeah, I understand that's pretty loosey-goosey. But on the other hand, you're only going to get one submission for each test and the final. So anybody tempted to, not even do it and tell me they got 100, they're going to get caught on the test and the final.
And I have one last question before we get off. I took the syllabus quiz and something about the fax number. It said it was on there, but I never saw the fax number.
You're right.
And I didn't.
You're right. If you got like a 95 or something, that was the only one you missed, I'll try to add it up to 100. Yeah, the fax number got left off the syllabus. I checked.
Okay.
So yeah, I shouldn't have asked that. So I'll up your grade. I'll probably up everybody's syllabus grade 5 points if they report a 95 or something. If you report 100 or the form says 100, I'll just write down 100. Any other questions or comments? Everybody's gone silent, so
I just have one quick question.
yes.
For that, the number 5 that you just did, with that answer, do you want us to, if the answer is wrong, do you want us to count it as right?
Yes.
Okay, with just that one, or is there another one that does the same thing?
I have no idea.
Okay,
don't-
so is there a way to check like whether we're wrong or right? Because it says your answer cannot be understood or graded for that one. So how are we supposed to know whether we did it right and it's just the computer's wrong, or we actually did it wrong? Like, how are we supposed to correct ourselves?
You can ask me either through email, or if you really think you're right, ask me either through email or on the Zoom. Otherwise,
Okay.
I've got no real way to go through and figure out what mistakes they've made. But we definitely found one. Sorry about that. It's generally very accurate. I would give it, if it marks you wrong, I would give it the benefit of the doubt and look for a mistake. But if you really can't find a mistake, or you really think you're right, give me a holler and I'll look at it. Maybe we find another mistake they made. I know that isn't probably really satisfying, but yeah, I can't double check. The school makes me use this program. And it's like anything else people do, it's not absolutely perfect. Can I answer anything else, or are we ready to end the meeting? I'll publish this in an email, but look for the next Zoom meetings on Monday at 12 and at 9. We'll be going over sections, the next 2 sections, I think, what did I say, 1.4 and 1.6, I believe, for next week.
So do we need to do 1.3 at all?
No,
Okay, sounds good.
or 1.5, I believe. Anything else?
Nope, I think that's it. Thank you.
Okay, well, I really appreciate you all showing up on a dreary Friday afternoon. Thank you very much, and we'll see you at the next Zoom meeting, hopefully Monday. I will try to post, this should have been recorded, and I will try to post a link to it in D2L for anybody else who wants to watch the recording, or if you want to watch it again. Thank you very much, and y'all have a pleasant weekend.
You too.
Thank you too.
Thank
Thank-
you too.
Thank you.